Well, we're very honored to have with us today Major Derek Bothern of the 18th Airborne, joining us all the way from Kabul. Major Derek, thanks so much for being with us. How you doing?
Good, Father. How are you?
I'm in great shape for the shape that I'm in. I got to tell you, it's a great honor to have you, and I know you've held a variety of positions in the military in leadership roles. Can you tell us just about all of your good work?
Well, I've been in the military now almost 17 years, 14 years on active duty. I've done 4 combat tours, 3 in Iraq, and this is my first one in Afghanistan. I've been a company commander, platoon leader, Battalion S3, and now I am a space operations officer for the 18th Airborne Corps.
Now, a little birdie told me something about your journey to formation for the permanent diaconate. Is that true? Are you going to be ordained?
Yes, right now it's expected to be June of 2016.
Unbelievable. That's great news. Now, my understanding is that your ordination as a deacon will be the very first permanent deacon for the Archdiocese of Military Services. How does it feel to be a part of history?
It feels really good. I mean, there's a few guys in the reserve who have been ordained through their local diocese. I'll actually be ordained through the Diocese of Colorado Springs out of Colorado. But I will be the first one through all of the military to ever complete formation and be ordained while on active duty.
Very good. What time is it there now, by the way?
I've got 7:53 at night.
At night, okay. So you've had a long day. All the more reason to be grateful to you. Now, your wife, Heather, and your daughters, Jordan and Emma, I know they're all active at St. Patrick's in Fayetteville, North Carolina. It must be tough to be away from them as much as you are. Do you miss them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you miss them, but it starts to become part of the job, and you just kind of understand that separation's part of it.
Sure. Now, you have had a relationship with the Catholic Church that goes back and is kind of very deep. Can you tell us just a bit about your journey as a Catholic that has ended you up here on the verge of being ordained to the diaconate?
Well, that's a long story.
You can tell it.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I was really lucky. Probably have one of the best foundations that I can get, and that's from a little town in Flanders, South Dakota, St. Simon's Jude Catholic Church there. Was baptized and probably spent my first 5, 6, 7 years plus there going to church with my grandparents. And I would say that that's probably my true foundation, and still consider that my home church. Had the honor of baptizing Emma there. So, I mean, that foundationally, that's where we started. Was able to go on, had First Communion at Holy Rosary Church in North Mankato, Minnesota. Ended up in Nebraska. I separated from the church when I was probably between 16, 17, somewhere in there. Left the church, and then after my first deployment to Iraq in 2003, came back to the church in 2005, going through RCIA at Fort Carson. After that, ended up going to Fort Bragg, deployed again in 2006, came back in 2007, then deployed again in 2008 to 2009. I'd say that was probably the time where I really felt my call, and it made sense. You know, ever since I was a kid, my grandmother thought I was going to be a priest, but that was where we went about 3 to 4 months without any Catholic services at all. And what I found was soldiers coming to me, very reminiscent of the call to Samuel. You know, you kind of got to just pay attention. Mm-hmm. And got back to Colorado Springs in 2010, and Father Larry Solom at St. Patrick's in Colorado Springs is the one that was like, hey, why don't we start looking at this a little bit further? And that's when I started inquiry in 2011, aspirancy in 2012, candidacy in 2013, and then this year here in April, I was actually installed in the ministry of lector here in Afghanistan by the Archbishop of the Military Diocese, Bishop Rolio. And that's the first time that that's ever been done by him, much less in a combat zone.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now. I just got talked to Father Larry Brenham, the head of formation in Colorado Springs last night by email, and I will be installed as a acolyte on January 16th, Colorado Springs.
Well, that's a great story. I know there's a real severe lack of chaplains in the military. So to have your witness and also your ministry, particularly as a deacon when you're ordained, is a great, I'm sure, a great gift to the men and the women who serve alongside of you. We're grateful to you, Derek, for your service to our great nation, for the sacrifice, too, that your family makes in having you so far away. And we're particularly grateful just to have the chance to meet you and have you on the show today. So thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Father.